Welcome to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Conrad Prue. Coach, Salem Tigers took on a very athletic Waynesville Tiger team in the first round of the FCNB Banquet Championship. Came out on the short end, but you have to like the way the Tigers came back in the second half. I know the first half, Waynesville had the edge, but the second half was pretty much an even game all the way from the tip-off where Salem got off to a great start in that second half all the way to the end of the game.
Yeah, it was a real encouraging second half. I really give the guys a lot of credit for the way they continued to battle. You know, you play a team like that, and that is that athletic and faster than you. You know, they got a lot of easy buckets. And I told the guys before the game that, you know, if you want to be in this game, you can't let them score in transition. You gotta you know, not have turnovers, and the way to keep a team out of transition is you got to make shots. And unfortunately, we didn't shoot the ball well at all, and we had 20-some turnovers, and they got a bunch of layups. But, you know, you watch that film, and when we didn't turn the ball over, we had good shots. They just didn't go in. And then when we got them into a half-court offense and actually forced them to, you know, not get an easy run-out layup, I thought our half-court defense was really good, and we rebounded really well out of it, contested deep shots all the time, and forced a few turnovers here and there. So I was very impressed with the way our guys handled the zone and forced them into some tough shots, and even more impressed with the way we rebounded all night long.
You know, one of the things that we didn't talk about, and I saw you after the game, was it ended up being somewhat of a physical game, and the Tigers with some size this year. Hayden Wilson, I know, took a pretty good pop from one of their guys, but there was a lot of physicality in that second half as well, and they started calling more fouls. But I thought the Tigers hung right in there with Waynesville because it looked like they were trying to intimidate Salem in that second half.
Yeah, our guys, you know, with our size and just the guys play with a lot of tenacity. I think, you know, Hayden Wilson is the perfect example of that. He doesn't back down from anyone. It doesn't matter how big they are or what. He just gets in there and sticks his nose in there, and he really likes that physical play. Schultz is the same way. You know, I said his freshman year, Kyle Hempkin was a senior, and Kyle just used to wear him out in practice physically, just pushing him around, and there's nothing better for Jordan Schultz. Of course, Morrison with his size, you know, none of those guys are afraid of a physical game. They actually kind of prefer it that way. So I think they enjoy it when it gets a little physical.
When you see a team as athletic as Waynesville was, you know you're going to have there's just going to be times when they're going to be able to take advantage of the Tigers because, you know, as soon as if you miss the shot and it comes out any rebound, they're going to have a 2-on-1. They tried to fast break us a lot in that first half and were successful to where they got those easy layups. And Coach, that's one of the things when you have a team like Salem and you got to hit those shots, as you were mentioning earlier. We didn't shoot well. That if Waynesville does get the rebound, they're in transition immediately with the speed they have, and that's something that you can't teach in practice.
No, it's, you know, that's the downside to having the size that we have is if we don't score, you know, we struggle getting back. Our transition defense is not great, and it's not that the guys aren't trying, and it's not that they're hustling. It's just they're not the fastest in the world, especially to be able to compete with the speed of Waynesville. And so to slow a team down like that, you got to score. And we had good shots when we didn't turn it over, and unfortunately they didn't go in, and they just beat us down the floor in transition. And so, you know, you're right. There's no way to prepare for that. We had guys, you know, this week in practice leading up to it, we kind of figured they were going to press, and, you know, you can't prepare for that kind of size and speed in practice. We would break a press. We'd have 8 defenders out there, and so we'd be playing 5-on-8 and 5-on-7 and, you know, putting more and more defenders out there, and that's about all we can do. But you can't actually simulate a guy that is as big and as fast as what Waynesville actually has on their roster. There's no way to do it.
Well, last night's game is in the books. Tonight we take on a different team. It's Potosi Trojans. Potosi played a very good game against the Sullivan Eagles last night, came out on the short end. And the Tigers tonight, if they play a very good game, Coach, I think this could be, number one, a physical game, and number two, a very tight ball game all the way to the end.
Yeah, Potosi's got some, you know, they're not real tall, but they make up for it with their bulk. They got a lot of really strong guys that, you know, look like football players, but they move like basketball players. Really bulky, but at the same time very, very agile, very quick. And so it's kind of a different kind of athleticism, hopefully one that kind of matches up with us a little better. And so I think it'll be a dogfight and hopefully be a little better game in the scoreboard than what we've seen these first two.
It sounded like, and I can't remember the gentleman's name who played with Potosi last night, but he seems to be their one key scorer, Coach. And I know that you don't try and pick out a guy and say, we got to stop him, but he seemed to be the thrust of their offense. And if you you look at a team like Potosi, if you can stop one guy or at least slow him down, like I've seen us do in the past, that gives your team a better chance to win. I don't remember if you know his name or not. Do you?
Yeah, I don't know his name. I know he's number 5.
Okay.
And I think he averaged about 22, 23 last year for him, which, at any level of basketball is a good year. And so, obviously, we have to slow him down. He's pretty ruthless taking the ball to the rim. And so, we've just got to do a good job trying to keep him in front and help him off and maybe drawing some charges, things like that, to try to slow him down. Because when he's not scoring, he does a great job of creating open shots for his teammates, and anyone on any high school basketball team can make an open shot. And so we definitely got to keep him in check.
This game is kind of an important game, the middle game of this tournament, where you really would like to go and fight for that consolation championship on Friday, and you know that this is not going to be an easy game, and it's one of those games that you really find out could be kind of pivotal early in the season because you really need to get that first win underneath your belt, but also at the same time you would like to make sure that playing a team like Potosi, that you play a solid game and come out with a win to prepare for that consolation championship.
Yeah, you want to, it's always good to get that first win under your belt just for team morale. And the guys have been working really hard for a month, and so far they haven't really seen that pay off. Of course, we played probably the 2 best teams that we'll play all year on our entire schedule. We played them game 1 and game 2, and our schedule being the way that it's set up, it's pretty front heavy. We play Rolla again here in about a week, and then West Plains again, or for the first time, who always has a good ball club, and so our schedule here at the beginning of the season is a lot
brutal.
more difficult than what we see. Yeah, it's not easy down the stretch. Not the way you want to start off the year. And so, getting the first win, especially against a quality team like Potosi, I think would really help us kind of get through this just real brutal part of our schedule.
All right, Coach. Well, the best of luck tonight against the Trojans in Sullivan at the Bankhead Championship. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, Stan. That's been Tiger Talk with Coach Conrad Prue. Stay tuned. Salem Tiger basketball is coming up next.
It is now time for Salem Tiger basketball on KSMO Radio and online at KSMORadio.com. Tiger basketball is being brought to you as a courtesy of your community health center, K&H Auto Supply, Town and Country Bank, the Salem Memorial District Hospital, Country Mart, Farm Bureau Insurance, the Bank of Salem, Napa Auto Parts, Fairground Auto Plaza, Progressive Ozark Bank, Southwest Baptist University of Salem, Town and Country Insurance, the Common Grounds Bistro, Larson Collision Center, Commissioner Dennis Purcell and family, the City of Salem, Tax Masters, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Conway Construction, and Your World Today. Now, Tiger basketball next on KSMO and online at KSMORadio.com.
And we get to play here in the Sullivan High School Gymnasium. This is the losers bracket or consolation bracket of Salem Tigers and Potosi Trojans underway here. And just got underway with the Tigers getting the opening tip, having the first opportunity, but a foul under the basket on Reese Dotson ends that as Carter Chilton missed from the corner. A little eye poke to Noah Jacobson, and he's trying to clear his eye right now. A little finger in there, or got a little poke in the eye, and so he's the leader here for Potosi. He had a great night last night against Sullivan, just not enough. As Austin Wilson has it, getting it out on top to Isaac Gagan. Gagan cross to Jacobson, out beyond 3. Jacobson trying to get away from Hayden Wilson, who's doing a real good job now in the corner. Trying to get open is Kaufman. Will be in a cross back to Gagan. Out on top, Jacobson for a 3. It's good. Nice setup by Potosi. They give Jacobson a wide open look, and he hits the 3 to start this game. Tigers trying to avoid the pressure of Potosi, and a travel is going to be called on Salem as both Carter Chilton and Reese Dotson struggled trying to get over the timeline. And on the flip back, the Tigers turned the ball over on a traveling call. So the Trojans, who are in their royal purple, have the ball right now. Here's Jacobson to the paint, leans in, trying to bank it in. It won't go. And it's Dotson bringing down the rebound in the right corner. Long pass tipped and stolen away, almost stolen away, I should say, as the ball is tipped there by number 4, Ryan Walton. But I should say Riker Walton, and he tipped it, but he went out of bounds. The Tigers will hang on to the ball. Long, soft pass by Dotson. That's what got Salem in trouble last night with Waynesville. And so the Tigers have to get those short, crisp passes instead of those long, lazy ones. Now here's Wilson in the corner. He backs it out to Dotson out near center court. Dotson, right-handed pass over to Hayden Wilson, the top of the key, handing it off there. And with the ball for the Salem Tigers is Austin Conway. Going into Carter Chilton. Chilton back to Conway. Conway, right wing, inside it goes, intended for Schultz. Ball tipped around. Schultz has it. Back to Conway. Inside to Carter Chilton. And he has it stolen right out of his hands by Jacobson. And then a foul is going to be called. But Chilton just was standing there, and Jacobson took that ball right out of his hands. And the first steal of the game belongs to Potosi. That's Salem's second turnover already. The inbound comes to Wilson. Austin Wilson down the left side. Trying to fleet inside. Hayden Wilson steals it away. Hayden with Schultz. Off the Schultz. His shot up. No good. Partially blocked. And then Hayden Wilson goes over the back of Caleb Kaufman, and he'll pick up his first foul, the third for Salem in this first quarter. Only played a minute and 56 seconds. Salem already guilty of 3 fouls. As Jacobson walks it off to the timeline, he's the only one with points in this game, a three-pointer early on. Puts it in the left corner to Wilson. Back out on top, it goes to Walton, Riker Walton to Jacobson. Trying to get inside, dances around, flips it down the corner. That short shot, pinballs in for Riker Walton. 5-0 Potosi. Pass to Dotson from Carter Chilton. Now to Conway. Down low, intended for Schultz, right by him and out of bounds. That is the third turnover for Salem early in this game. They've really struggled with the turnovers, mostly on those soft passes we talked about last night with Waynesville, but right there, a little bit of aggressiveness didn't work out. Ball tipped in the air there, stolen back by the Tigers as Reese Dotson got in. Right corner to Wilson for a 3. It's good. Hayden Wilson gets his first 3 of the game. The 5-3 Potosi lead as Jacobson brings it down off to Wilson. Wilson inside it goes. Nice move and layup by 20 Caleb Kaufman. Kaufman with a little inside spin, then back to the outside. Got the Tiger defender to leave his position and laid it in easy. Here's Salem right back the other way. Getting it inside is Reese Dotson. He lays it in. Reese only had 2 points last night. Salem looking for about 15 to 20 from him a night. Didn't get it last night. Pass inside, and Dotson will pick up a foul. And that'll be his second, and he's going to find himself on the bench. He went for the steal on the pass from Wilson, and that's not what the Tigers head coach or the hierarchy there wanted to see. He's their leader on the floor and getting 2 early fouls. So the ball is Walton. Walton on the left wing, inside, going there is Kaufman. Kaufman's shot is the bottom of the backboard. But Walton's there for the rebound and the putback. And it's a 9-5 Potosi lead. The pass over to Hayden Wilson. Up coverage by Potosi as they press the Salem Tigers. And here's Marlin down to Conway. And this pass intended for Schultz. Tipped out of bounds, I believe, by Walton, reaching out to Paul and flipping it up into the rafter here. It came back off the backboard and the board here, the glass they have around the basketball court. Long pass, a very ill-advised pass by Marler, and they get it off to Jacobson, who will lay it up and in. Another steal for Potosi. That is their third, and Jacobson with an easy 2. 11-5, the ball loose on the floor, tied up. Possession arrow's going to favor Potosi, I think, when it's all said and done. Timeout called by Potosi. With 4:01 to go, we'll take a 30-second break and come back. It's Potosi 11, Salem Tigers 5. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Radio, and you're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
Did you know there's a place where your health is the #1 priority? A place where you'll find caring providers focused on your health and well-being? Your community health center now offers medical, dental, and behavioral health services in one location at 1081 East 18th Street in Rolla. To schedule your next appointment, please call 573-426-6718 for the dental clinic and 573-426-4455 for medical. Building your community, your health.
Commissioner Dennis Purcell and wife Renee and daughter Lindsay are all proud to support the Salem Tigers, wishing them the very best this season. Go Big Blue from the Purcell family. Out on top with the ball, it's Garrett I going down low to Jacobson. Gets kind of tangled up, and Tigers who are hitting the floor. It was Hayden Wilson. Now a blocking foul is going to be on Hayden Wilson as Geigen was trying to race in, and that'll be his second foul as well. Salem now has 5 team fouls. Logan Chilton will have to check in for Hayden Wilson. The Tigers' strategy here kind of falling apart. Some of the better players are already on bench with foul trouble. Inbound pass coming to Walton. Taking it outside to I. Now back to Jacobson for a three-pointer, and it's off the rim. High in the air, brought down by Walton. Walton can't find the ball, comes loose to Jacobson, when you know it. And Jacobson spins, turns, trying to force his way up, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Salem. Take your choice of about 3 different guys. And I think it's going to be on Jordan Schultz, but let's just wait and see. And it is called on Schultz. 16 fouls, so Potosi will be in the bonus the rest of this half as Jacobson misses the first. 3:28 to go in the first quarter. Malachi Peppers checking in for Potosi, and Lucas Morrison will come in for Salem. So Jacobson, who already has 5, will try and add to that total, and he does with the free throw. He has 6. It's now a 6-point Potosi lead. Carter Chilton try and bring it up. He'll have to act as kind of a point guard here. Getting it off to Dawson Conway. Now to Logan Chilton. Logan hesitated going down deep. Now on top to Carter. Carter almost walked with it. Carter trying to get into the paint is fouled. And Jacobson will be charged with his first foul, and the first foul on Potosi. Tigers slow to react on that 2-on-1 break. The inbound pass coming to Carter Chilton. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Now to Logan. This guy shot block, gets it again, and gets it to go. Logan Chilton had 2 cracks at it. Was able to put it back, and he gets his first basket of the night. With the ball, it's the Trojans. It's Garrett I going down the court of Jacobson. Jacobson has his shot blocked, but he's also fouled. And going back to the line will be Jacobson. So Morrison will get the foul, the 7th team foul for Salem in this first quarter. Jacobson again will shoot 2. He's already had 2 opportunities. It's 1 of 2. He gets that one to go. 13-7. The Trojans lead this one. Salem in the whites, total white jerseys with just blue numbers. And he makes them both. Inbound pass coming to Conway. Austin Conway back to Chilton. Chilton trying to get away from the Trojan pressure. Gets it across the line to Brian Marlin. Marlin trying to fire it inside is fouled. I believe a reach foul on Austin Wilson. Let's see if that is the call. And they got the wrong team. Austin Wilson. Brian Marler with it. Marlin flipping it left side to Logan Chilton. Logan trying to get away from the pressure. Gets it back to Dawson Conway. Conway out near center court. Guarded there by Wilson. Back to Logan Chilton. Tigers having trouble penetrating. Now Logan all the way down off the glass. It's good. Logan Chilton with a good, strong move. He has 4. Tigers trail it by 6. In the corner, Wilson. Down to I. And I walks with the ball. Pick that ball up and back step. That is the second turnover. And Chilton will still have an opportunity to try and break this pressure. 4 players in the forecourt for the Trojans. They saw what Waynesville did. They created a lot of havoc for Salem last night. Logan Chilton with 4 points, gets it off to Carter. Down low to Brian Marlin. Marlin all the way down, lays it up and in. Salem breaks that press. And they're back to within 4. The minute and 45 to go in the first quarter. Jacobson handing it off there to Kaufman. Goes in the corner, Jacobson trying to go down low. Stops. Shot blocked away by Morrison, though. Comes right into the hands of Logan Chilton. Logan, 3-on-3. Logan stops to the basket, to the hole, too hard. Ball loose. Tipped and brought down by the Trojans. And going right over top, and a charge called on Jacobson. He went right over the top of Marlin. And Jacobson gets his second foul, and that may put him on the bench. That's a turnover, as well as a foul, and a break for the Salem Tigers. If they could not get that rebound. Now here's Carter. Salem down by 4. 1:15 to go first quarter, and a blocking foul called against Potosi. Well, these guys are not letting a thing go. And very tight call. So Jacobson would get another foul? Wow. On a very weak call, he's got 3. He has to check out. 1:15 to go in the first quarter. Inbound pass to Morrison. He scores. Good patience by Logan Chilton. And Morrison ducks into the paint, gets it, and Salem's back to within 2. Here's Walton with it, top of the key. Walton flipping it back right behind him. We're in the corner, waiting for it. There's Wilson. Wilson down low, and a baby hook shot by Riker. Walton goes down. That's a nice shot. 17-13. As Conway brings it in the offensive zone, picked up by Gagnon there. Hangs on to it. Gagnon. All over that court right now. As Chilton gets in the corner to get it inside to Morrison. Morrison's jump shot too short to take it down there, and almost a walk there by Walton, but he gets the rebound. Just barely got to his own teammate. Pass by Gagnon goes inside, and it will go out of bounds. Off the Salem player. It'll stay with the Trojans. Pass goes inside, won't go. Bringing the ball down, putting it back up, and missing that one. And then Chilton pulls down the rebound was Kaufman. And then Chilton with the rebound gets fouled. And so Riker Walton will pick up his first foul. Dotson back in the game with 2 fouls. Last night, not a lot of fouls called in that Salem-Waynesville game. We've already pretty well accomplished all the fouls that were called in that game here in the first quarter. Here's Dotson with it. Inside to Morrison. Ball stolen away, though, by the Trojans, and here they come back. Almost stealing away with the Tigers, but then Logan Chilton gives it right to Walton, and he scores. At the buzzer, which is just almost unforgivable. When you let the ball go, it's out of bounds. Instead, he threw it right to Walton, who's all alone, lays it in. 18-13 is the score after the first quarter of play. And we'll take a 1-minute break and come back with the second quarter here from the FCNB Beat It Championship, Hang It Championship, I should say. And we'll be back in a minute. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO, watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
Open a checking account today and get a free gift, and refer your family and friends and receive another appreciation gift free from Progressive Ozark Bank. Just open a checking account today. Progressive Ozark Bank makes switching banks easy with 3 great checking accounts to choose from. You'll also receive a new debit card the same day you open your account, issued instantly with no waiting. Plus, enjoy free internet banking, free mobile deposit, and free bill pay, and enroll in e-statements and even get cash back. So stop in today at Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured and equal housing lender.
Going on right now until December 31st at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem. They're having their biggest holiday sale ever. Mechanics wear gloves for $17.99 a pair. ProLogix battery charger and maintainer for $69.99. A dual camera sports action and dash cam is only $59.99. And Evercraft 2-ton jack stands for $16.99. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store, 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
We are back in Sullivan, Missouri. Stan Stevens with it here. The pass going to Peppers. Peppers out the on-3, handing it off to Riker Walton. Top of the key. Stands there, goes down low, waiting for it there was Skagen. Back on top. Tigers trying to surround the inside man, Kaufman, and they do so, but pick up a foul. That's going to be on Logan Chilton now. It's Carter Chilton. That'll be his second. Dotson, Wilson, and now Chilton, each with 2 fouls. Going to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 will be Caleb Kaufman here just starting the second quarter. The first one, it's no good, so Wilson will bring down that rebound. The ball loose, almost stolen away by the Trojans, but Dotson was able to get it for the Salem Tigers. Out of Marlin. Marlin bounce pass intended for Jordan Schultz. Schultz loses the ball, but it comes to Wilson. Wilson down low. Can't get it to go in. Ball still loose on the floor. Wilson brings it back down to Marlin for a 3, and it's good. Ryan Martin with a 3, and it's a 2-point ball game just early in the second quarter. Now here's Walton. Walton, top of the key, left side to Kagan, down low. Getting it there's Kaufman, turns, spins, a shot blocked away by Jordan Schultz. Nice play by Jordan, timing that well. Austin Wilson will inbound it. Wilson out to Peppers. Peppers trying to bounce pass it in, and does to Walton. Right on top it goes to Wilson. Top of the key, back is Kagan with it. Trying to keep it down low. They do. Again, going to get a Kaufman. His shot will not go, and Jordan Schultz hauls down that rebound. The other way, here's Dotson. Dotson by 1 man, by 2. Little baby flick, and he's fouled on the floor before that went down, and it's going to be on Isaac Skagen. And 6 team fouls. Salem already has 8 in this first half. Logan Chilton trying to inbound it and throws it right off the hand of Big Net 55 Bryce Reed, who just checked in the ball game. Didn't fool anybody by looking inside. Reed was watching where his body was angled. Now the inbound comes to Dotson. Dotson throws it right into the hands of Kaufman. That is Dotson's 3rd turnover already in this game of the 6 that still has. And quickly coming down and trying to go underneath the basket with Reed, and he fouls as he charges the Tiger player. So Bryce Reed gets his first foul. This Reed won't have anybody left to play. 8 on Salem, 7 on Potosi, with still 6:22 to go in the half. Each team in the bonus. Salem trails it by 2. Here's Logan Chilton, stops, leans in, trying to get the shot to go. It will not. Wilson brings down the rebound. Wilson out on top. The Marlin way offline with that shot. It goes off Wilson out of bounds. Ryan Marlin had a clean open shot, but missed it by about 2 feet. Hit the backboard and then went off of Hayden Wilson out of bounds, and Potosi comes back with it. Being a right side Kaufman going to Walton. Riker Walton. To Gagan, back to Walton on the perimeter. Now inside it goes to Reed, back to Walton. Trying to fire it between 3 people, stolen away by the Salem Tigers, or look that way. Ball is tied up. And what are they going to call here? Going to call foul on that? They called a foul on Reese Dotson when he reached in for the ball. He'll check out with 3 fouls. And Dawson Conway will be back in. Free throw is an air ball on the attempt by Goggin. And so Salem will have it underneath the basket. You get it to Marlin. Marlin He gives it off to Logan Chilton. Fires it down to Wilson underneath the Jordan Schultz. His shot is up and good. And we are tied. Salem with a nice comeback, down by 6 in this game. Goggin down. Outside it goes. The three-point effort no good by Wilson. Taken down, no put back up by Reed. It won't go. And finally, Chilton gets it brought down, and he is fouled from behind by Caleb Kaufman. $5:17 to go in the half. And Logan Chilton will go down and try and give the Salem Tigers their first lead of this game. Actually, their first lead of this tournament. He will be shooting a 1-and-1. This is the first free throw for Salem in this game. Carter Chilton back in. He's got 2 fouls. And the free throw is no good. Comes up high in the air. And is taken down and controlled by Potosi. Quickly come the other way. Reed to Kaufman. Back to Reed. Out on top to Riker Walton for the 3. It's too short and taken by Jordan Schultz on the rebound. Schultz off to Conway. Conway down the middle of the floor. Right side pass to Wilson. Back to Conway, left side. Logan Chilton beyond 3 in the corner to Carter Chilton. The sail on the left side. Bounce pass into Jordan Schultz with a foul call. That might be on Reed, or could be on Caleb Kaufman. So Kaufman now with 2, and to the line will go Schultz. And the free throw's good. And Salem takes their first lead of this tournament. Jordan still has a shot left after capitalizing on the front end of a 1-and-1, but he misses that one. Ball loose. Comes down to Conway. Conway to Wilson. Inside it goes, intended for Jordan Schultz, but knocked out of bounds. And so Morrison will come in for Schultz. 4:39 to go in the half. 19-18, Salem on top. And a 5-second count called on Logan Chilton. Another turnover by the Salem Tigers. Salem drops back in a half-court defense. In the royal purple are the Trojans, and the white uniforms, the Salem Tigers. Pass goes in the corner to Walton. Back out on top, it goes to Wilson. They can keep it on the perimeter. Now to Kaufman. Back to Walton, right at the top of the key. Left side pass to Wilson. Down low, Kaufman turns, spins. Can't get the shot to go. And a jump ball called. It'll belong to the Salem Tigers. Logan Chilton off to Carter. Again, a lot of pressure by the Trojans here early on in this game. Tigers beat it to Conway for a long 2. It's way offline. Taken down and controlled by Walton. The other way. Here's Gagin. Gagin looks for the 3. Takes the shot. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Tipped and controlled by Walton on the backside. He goes out high to Wilson. Now to the top of the key to Reed. Back to Walton on the perimeter. Walton hangs on to it. Giving it to Gagin. He hands it off to Wilson right side. He moves from right to left. Now on top to Reed. Reed trying to dance by Chilton. Gets it on top to Walton. Baseline, flips in the middle. Ball tipped away and stolen by the Tigers. Their 3rd steal. And just the 4th turnover by Potosi. Here's Carter Chilton in the paint from the free throw line. His jumper, no good. And it comes out to Kaufman. Kaufman the other way. Going to get to Wilson. Now to Walton. Back on top to Wilson to Walton. They play catch on the perimeter. Right beyond the 3-point line. All the way across. It goes back to Wilson. Wilson down in the corner. Trying to fire it inside. Ball tipped by Hayden Wilson, the Salem Tigers, and then went off the foot of Kaufman out of bounds. So another turnover by Potosi. Pepper's back in the ball game. Brian Marlin back in the game for Salem. And the inbound comes to Wilson, to Carter Chilton. Now to Marlin. Now getting it off the fingertips of Potosi down to Conway. And Morrison trying to drive through. And he'll be almost tackled by Riker Walton. Walton will pick up his second foul. Still 3 minutes to go in this first half. 19-18. Salem on top. They trailed at 18-13 after one quarter. So Potosi has not scored in the second quarter as Morrison hits his first free throw of 2. Salem is in a double bonus, by the way. Eagles will be on their next Salem foul. Exactly 3 minutes on the clock. That one misses. Ball comes down into the hands of Walton. Walton the other way. Getting it there is Wilson. Back to Walton, down low. Inside to Reed, a baby hook, and it trickles in. Bryce Reed gets his first basket. And it's a 20-20 ball game. Here's Wilson at the timeline. Almost went back court. Now to Conway. Dawson Conway over to Wilson. Man-to-man coverage by Potosi for the most part here early. Now here's Marlin. He down, runs into Reed. Bryce Reed, and he just stopped them cold. Now Logan Chilton on the baseline. Up, no good. Morrison with a rebound, and he scores. 22-20, Salem on top with 2:15 to go. With the ball right now, Wilson in the corner, Walton. Out on top, getting it there's Kaufman right at the top of the key. He takes it to the paint, to the hole, trying to bank it in through a rock off the backboard. And Carter Chilton gets it down to Marlin, and Marlin has the ball knocked out of his hands. $1:57 to go in the half. Noah Jacobson has been out since early on in this first part of the second quarter when he came up with his third foul. And that has really slowed down Potosi, and a timeout taken on the floor. With a score, Salem 22 and the Trojans 20. We're going to come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO. You are watching Enough Fidelity Local 6.
At the Bank of Salem, keeping your account safe and secure is our highest priority. We're adding text fraud alerts as part of our debit card protection program. If Shazam, our debit card processor, suspects fraudulent activity on your debit card, you may be alerted via text message or phone call. Ask a Bank of Salem employee today. Remember, we will never request card or account information via text, phone, or email. The Bank of Salem, putting our customers first since 1883. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The management and
Welcome back to Sullivan, Missouri. 1:57 to go in the first half. The inbound to Wilson is shot too short. Carter Chilton with the rebound, won't go. Wilson puts it back. It won't go. Carter one more time.
Number 23, Carter Chilton.
Like Salem was playing pinball out there. Finally got the basket to go down, and Carter gets his first. And now a turnover on Potosi. And the travel call, and Salem Tigers will get it back, and that's Potosi's sixth turnover now. They are a total different team without Noah Jacobson on the floor. Conway Dawson with the ball. The middle of the floor, stops back to Carter Chilton. Back to Dawson. Gives it off to Marlin. Into Morrison. Out wide it goes Wilson trying to cut in. Back to Carter, and the jump shot is good. From about 10 feet, Chilton puts it down. Salem with a 6-point lead. Now here's Reed. Bryce Reed. Down the corner goes to Wilson. Wilson to the hole, to the paint, off the glass, won't go, and a foul called. I believe Hayden Wilson will pick up his third. What are they calling a Carter? Kind of looked like Wilson made contact first, but they're calling on Carter. He gets his third instead. And the free throw is no good by Wilson. Potosi has missed all 4 free throw attempts here in the second half. As Marlin brings down the rebound. There's 1:05 to go. Conway, the middle of the floor again. And he'll be fouled from behind by Wilson. Austin Wilson will pick up his second foul. So Conway will go to the line. He will shoot 2, as both teams, as I mentioned before, are going to be in the double bonus. That free throw is no good. .102 on the clock in the first half. And the next free throw is good by Conway. Tigers with a 7-point lead. Largest lead in the game with 7 by Potosi earlier in the game. Now that pass almost stolen away by Jordan Schultz. Comes down to Peppers, back out on top to Walton. Walton with under a minute to go. Getting it to Wilson inside. The shot is partially blocked with a foul called as Garrett I tried to get that one to go. And he was fouled, and then he'll shoot 2. So Brian Marlin picks up his first foul. Garrett I will shoot 2. And the free throw is no good. Only 2 points in the second quarter for the Trojans. They led it by 5 after the end of 1. Trail now by 7. And this next free throw is good. First one made by the Trojans in this second quarter. And they are 1 for 6. 4 of 10 in the game. Here's Conway down. Marlin for a 3. It's too hard. Goes over the head of Wilson, and it goes out of bounds off of Logan Chilton. Either Wilson or Chilton could control it, and Reed will inbound it. Reed putting that ball in. Walking it up is Austin Wilson. The Peppers out to Walton. Riker Walton hanging on to it. Left wing, Austin Wilson down low to Reed. Reed double team, trying to fire it under Jordan Schultz, but he steals it away, and he gets it off to Conway. 15 seconds left. Conway between the circles, right side pass to Wilson. Down low to Jordan Schultz, 9 seconds. Schultz turns, fadeaway jumper, no good. Brought down by Logan Chilton. Logan puts it up. It's no good. Fought for, and jump ball with 0.5 seconds left to go. So on the possession arrow, it goes to Potosi. And they get the ball in the inbound, try a long shot, way too short by Peppers. And that is the end of the first half. Well, the Salem Tigers had a very good second quarter and outscored the Potosi Trojans in that second quarter by a 14-3 margin. And they lead it at halftime by a score of 27-21. We'll take a 2.5-minute break and come back with stats of the first half. Right after this is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Radio. You're watching it on Fidelity, Local 6.
This is Mike Elliott with Town & Country Insurance. We represent many different insurance companies which allow us to offer you competitive rates by checking your insurance with many companies. We're able to find more value for you this way. Town & Country Insurance has been serving the surrounding area for over 50 years. Stop by and see Laura Arts, Sarah Edwards, or myself at 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank. Or you can call our office at 729-6624. We also have offices in Rolla and Licking to serve you.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for home sweet home. We're for condos, tutors, single wides, and studios. We're for ranches, houseboats, 2 stories or 20. Red cedar, bluebirds, white squirrels, black walnuts, whatever's out your back door, we're for that. We're for watching the sun rise over the Mississippi and set over the Missouri. We're for kicking off your heels in a high-rise or hanging up your hat in the bootio. And if you have a home in Missouri, we have a policy for you.
I'm Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and if you're in Dent County, I've got you covered.
Tired of corporate America taking your hard-earned money? Then it's time to talk about Riverways Federal Credit Union. A credit union isn't a bank. It's a not-for-profit financial cooperative, meaning you have a say as a member owner to help manage your money. We offer a wide range of services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, commercial loans, construction loans, and so much more. Stop in at our convenient locations in Rolla and Salem, or visit our website at www.riverwaysfcu.org today. Riverways Federal Credit Union. Positively different. Riverways Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
The Salem Memorial District Hospital is proud to announce the donation of a new mammography machine offering digital 3D images. This latest technology allows for better detection, a lower dose of radiation, pristine images for superior accuracy for women with dense breast, and more. The SMDH Radiology Department is accepting appointments now for women who would like a mammogram. Just call 729-6626 and ask for me, Julie Malone. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Reality check number 31. New cars can go from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Why can't new car loans move like that? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We may look like typical bankers, but when it comes to car loans, we're downright speed demons. We approve loans in record time, so you can get that new baby on the road ASAP. And by the way, you really do look good in that new ride. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Right now here at halftime, the Salem Tigers with that 6-point lead. Do want to tell you that Conway Construction Company can handle all of your construction needs, be it brand new construction of a building, could be a home, could be a commercial building, could be just something you need constructed, such as a temporary building too. They can do it all. New homes, additions, concrete work, decks, siding, tile, wood floors, no jobs too small for Conway Construction. Call Randy at 247-6468 or Jake at 247-4174. Conway Construction, LLC. Well, in this game, let's go over some of the scoring with you. The Salem Tigers fell behind early by a 12-6 margin, and the Potosi Trojans looked well on their way, but then the foul started to get in the way of both teams and really started changing the aspect and the complexion of this game totally, as the Tigers, after being down 12-6, battled back. We're still trailing 18-13 at the end of one quarter, but went on a 14-3 second quarter run, and actually kept Potosi off the board till there was just over a minute left to go in the second quarter. And they finally got a basket by Bryce Reed and one free throw by Garrett I, and that's the only scoring they did the entire second quarter. Meanwhile, Salem Tigers had some pretty balanced scoring in this game. They have 5 points from Lucas Morrison, another 5 points, from Brian Marlin, 4 points from Logan Chilton, 4 from Carter Chilton, also 3 points from Jordan Schultz and Hayden Wilson, and 1 point for Dawson Conway of the Salem Tigers, and 2 for Reese Dotson. For Potosi, their leading scorer is Noah Jacobson with 3 fouls. He's on the bench almost that whole second quarter. He has 8 points. Riker Walton had all his points in the first quarter, all 8 of them, but he stayed on the floor. He's got 2 fouls. And then besides that, Potosi doesn't have much scoring at all. Caleb Kaufman with 2. Bryce Reed with 2 and 1 point for Garrett I. That's it. The rebounding leader in this game for the Salem Tigers is Carter Chilton. He has 5. Hayden Wilson has 3. Morrison has 2, as does Logan Chilton. 1 for Jordan Schultz, and 1 for Marlin, and 1 for Dotson and Conway. But for Potosi, Riker Walton has 7 rebounds. He leads the way. 3 for Caleb Kaufman, 2 for Bryce Reed, and 1 in there for Austin Wilson. 4 of 10 from the free throw stripe was Potosi. Salem Tigers were 3 of 7. Salem had 7 turnovers, as did the Trojans. Trojans had 5 steals. Salem had 4. Foul trouble, Noah Jacobson with 3. He sat on the bench much of that first half. Carter Chilton with 3. Reese Dotson with 3 for Salem. Hayden Wilson with 2 for Salem. Riker Walton has 2 for Potosi, as does Caleb Kaufman and Austin Wilson. Lots of fouls called in that first half. We'll see how that affects the game as we go through starting the second half here shortly. So again, don't forget, tomorrow night, or we should be saying on Thursday night, will be the winners bracket games. It'll be Farmington versus Steelville. That game will be at 6, and then Waynesville take on Sullivan tomorrow night at 7:30. For those on the Fidelity side, you'll be able to see that game. That'll be right here on Fidelity Local 6. Definitely want to check that out. And the winner of this game will be playing St. James on Friday in the Consolation Championship. That's 5 o'clock Friday. And I'm not sure if that game will be on Fidelity or not, but we'll let you know that as time gets closer. We are at halftime. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break and come back with the third quarter action. Salem leads this one at halftime by a score of 27-21. Back in 2.5. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO. You're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
At K&H Auto Supply, get a 12-volt cordless 2-in-1 drill driver for $54.99, a 7-piece ratchet wrench set for $39.99, and a Reese towing starter kit for only $24.99. Stop by K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
There's a lot to do at the newly renovated Salem City Park. Headlining the activities is the totally rejuvenated Alice Lou Craig Municipal Pool that offers visitors and residents of all ages a full day of fun. The park also includes a brand new splash pad adjacent to Billy's Playground, Salem's new all-accessible playground where children with different abilities can play together. The park has numerous ball fields as well as pavilions that are available to rent for private outings. For more information about the Salem City Park, visit the Salem Park and Recreation Facebook page online. Have you hit or been hit by a deer? Need to have your vehicle fixed? Well, the only place you'll want to take your vehicle is to Larson Collision Center at 503 North MacArthur in Salem, where right now they're offering 20% off your deductible if you've had an accident with a deer. Larson Collision Center offers free estimates and all their work is guaranteed. Stop by and let Larson Collision Center help get your vehicle repaired and looking new again. Call 729-3915 for more information. Larson Collision Center.
Tax season is still a while away, but it's never too early to start tax planning and tax consultation. Let Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters help you start preparing for the upcoming tax year. They also have over 30 years of accounting and payroll experience. Stop by and see Jackie and Beth at Tax Masters today, located at 510 North Main Street in Salem, or call 729-3001.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
And don't forget Duncan Family Chiropractic, a proud supporter of our Salem Tigers. Wants you to know that if you need some adjustment work, be in touch with Dr. Amber. She can help you out, whether it be neck or back or your hips. She can take care of you. Dr. Amber Duncan Family Chiropractic, 729-2321. And she has a big announcement that will be coming your way very, very shortly. And don't forget, when you're hungry, it's the Common Grounds Bistro open Monday through Saturday. Don't forget, Thursdays are open in the evening until 8, Friday and Saturdays until 9. With delicious homemade lasagna Thursday, prime rib on Friday, and pork steaks on Saturday. Common Grounds Bistro, it's going to be South Main Street, Salem, 453-2173. Carter Chillo inbound for the Salem Tigers to start this third quarter. And we've seen man-to-man coverage pretty much all night long by Potosi. Salem Tigers have been dropping at half court, sometimes in a zone. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Still man-to-man, though, by Potosi, as a foul is going to be called on the Trojans right away out of the gate. That'll be the first foul of the second half. And just 13 seconds in. With the ball right now is Dotson for Salem, getting over to Conway, to Carter Chilton. Inside it goes to Schultz. All alone, he scores. Jordan Schultz with a nice move to get away from his man. Takes it right to the hole. 29-21. Jacobson back on the floor for Potosi. He takes the three, and he's got it. Jacobson has more points in one shot in the third quarter than the rest of his team did in the second. Here's Carter Chilton coming down the left wing. Lost the ball, gets it, flips it, goes to Schultz. Barely got by one man. Now Dotson for a three, and he buries it. Reese Dotson hits the three to counteract the Jacobson three. Jacobson has it again. Takes an NBA three-pointer, and he's got that one. Noah now with 14 points just that quickly. 32-27, Salem with the lead. Here's Wilson getting it back to Carter Chilton. Out of Dotson in the offensive zone. Back to Chilton. Again, man-to-man defense after a press by the Trojans. Here's Conway, right side Dotson, going baseline inside the Schultz, turnaround jumper, it's good. 34-27 as Jacobson will bring it down again. Gets it off to Walton, Riker Walton, going back to Wilson. Now to Jacobson to the hole, misses the shot, just fouled by Schultz, and Jacobson came down on his hip, and he is hurt. Jacobson came down, he angled toward the basket and met contact with Schultz, and he's hurt. Like came down his hip and then his head hit the ground, and so they'll remove all the players as Schultz picks up the foul. They're attending to Jacobson right now. 34-27 is our score. Never fallen on a hardwood floor when your body's in the air. I'm going to tell you right now, it does not feel good. Kind of working on young man's neck area and shoulder area, so hopefully it's just a stinger. They'll be able to continue. Southwest Baptist University's campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for the residents of Dent County and surrounding areas. Offer degrees in nursing, the RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. It's just some of the degrees they offer. They have programs that'll fit your schedule, so find out more by contacting admissions counselor Chris Welch. Schedule your appointment. Call 729-7071. Well, that's 729-7071, or stop by and see the campus on Grand. And gingerly coming off the floor is Jacobson. He's a little wobbly, there's no doubt about that, but he's really favoring that right side. So hopefully he'll be okay, and they'll take him behind the bench area and let him try and best to work that off, and hopefully he's okay. He went down very hard. Going to the line to kind of pinch hit on the free throw shot will be Malachi Peppers. Peppers' free throw is no good. This has not been a free throw clinic tonight by either team, I can tell you. Peppers' next one is also too short. 4 of 12 from the stripe is the Trojans. As here's Conway from the corner, and he buries the 12-footer. Austin Conway right down the corner. He puts it up and hits. The Tiger lead is now to 9. Now Riker Walton takes a very soft 3, and it goes out of bounds. Got no elevation on that shot. It looked like he was shooting off the wrong foot. Carter Chilton gets it into Wilson, back to Carter. Tigers with a 9-point lead with 5:50 to go third quarter. Carter gets it across the timeline, and then a bump and a steal by Walton Riker, and this jumper goes in. No foul called on that one, which we've pretty well seen all the time after that steal. And now a jump ball will favor Potosi. Again, Salem gets careless with the ball. As her second turnover, they lead it by 5 with 5:41 to go. Wilson has it for the Trojans. Wilson dancing around, pants inside, going there to Walton. It's too short, tipped, and controlled there by Dotson. Dotson, double team, fires it to Carter Chilton. Chilton driving down the sideline, giving it off to Wilson. His pass is stolen away, and back comes Potosi. Peppers on the outside, getting it out on top to Coffin. Coffin to the paint, to the hole, lays it up and in. Like the whistles have suddenly been put away. 36-31 with 5 minutes to go. Here's Hayden Wilson, routes past to Dawson, 3-on-2. Underneath the Schultz, his shot is up and good. Count the bucket and the foul. Schultz with 6 in this third quarter, and he'll have a chance to add on. So Wilson with his third foul gives Schultz an opportunity to get the old-fashioned three-point play, but he's too short with it. It comes down in the hands of Walton. Walton the other way, giving it off to Wilson. Now on top, back to Walton, right at the top of the key. Starts to drive in. Then puts it outside. A three-point effort there, no good. Comes down the hands of Malachi Peppers, and looks like a double dribble to me, or carrying the ball, and they call him for carrying the ball. Ball got too far out in front of him and looked like he's going to pass it, then changed his mind. Put the ball back on the floor. Call whatever you want. Turnover one way or another. Carter Chilton from the corner. His jumper is good. Just a 2. I think he's about 10 feet away. 40-31, Salem on top as Gagnon brings it down on the perimeter to the paint. Loses the ball down low. The Salem Tigers, Schultz steals it away. First steal for the Salem Tigers, and then a foul called And I believe on Gagnon after the turnover. We see that happen so many times. Guy loses the ball and then tries to react and ends up getting a foul. He'll be out of the game. So Reed in again. Morrison in for the Salem Tigers. The two big 55s on each team. We're back in the ball game. 4:10 remaining in the third quarter. 40-31 Salem. Here's Dawson all the way down. A little flip shot is good. Reese Dodson with a nice little flip gets it to fall. And a 42-31 Salem Tiger lead here in the third quarter. Pass goes to Reed. Reed outside to Peppers. Peppers beyond three to Wilson. Get it down low and banking it in is Kaufman. Kaufman with his first basket. Now here's Chilton. That's Logan Chilton all the way down. Reverse layup is good. He's got 6, and the Tiger lead goes to 11 again, and Potosi wants a timeout. With the score, Salem Tigers 44 and the Potosi Trojans 33. Let's take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Radio, and you're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
Did you know there's a place where your health is the number one priority? A place where you'll find caring providers focused on your health and well-being? Your community health center now offers medical, dental, and behavioral health services in one location at 1081 East 18th Street in Rolla. To schedule your next appointment, please call 573-426-6718 for the dental clinic and 573-426-4455 for medical. Building your community, your health.
Welcome back to Sullivan, Missouri, the FCNB Banquet Championship. This is the losers bracket, the second game of that bracket. And right now the Salem Tigers have an 11-point lead, the biggest lead they've had, and the biggest lead of this game by either team, 44-33. The Tigers are really getting some nice balanced scoring up and down their lineup with Reese Dotson now with 7. Logan Chilton has 6. Jordan Schultz now has 9. And 6 for Carter Chilton. Potosi has the ball, puts the right side, waiting for it there. Is Jacobson who's back in the game. That's good to see. Jacobson out beyond 3. Hanging on to it, trying to find an opening. He'll take that long three-pointer, and it's off the iron. Comes down in the hands of Logan Chilton, and he almost lost it, but it goes to Carter Chilton as he put the ball up. Long pass in the corner to Hayden Wilson. His three-pointer, it's too hard. Comes off the back of the iron down in the hands of Walton. His pass, though, and trying to get it to Pepper, stolen by the Salem Tigers. Wilson all the way down, lays it up and in, and the foul called on Kaufman. Salem gets the steal, turns it into points. At least 2 and possibly 3. Kaufman now has 3. Wilson will get his first free throw of the night, and it is no good. Boy, teams are struggling from the stripe as Walton brings down that rebound. Walton to the paint, to the hole, and a charge called on Walton, but right over top of Hayden Wilson. That'll be his third foul. That's the 5th foul now on Potosi here in this third quarter. The Tigers have been more angel-like with only 1, but they lead it by 13. And now Potosi getting away from their press, falling back in a half-court defense as Tigers bring it down. Logan Chilton to Wilson, now to Morrison. Morrison scores. Lucas Morrison just powered his way to the basket, puts it in as Jacobson comes the other way. Jacobson to the paint, and he starts to cut inside, and a foul called on the floor. And so Hayden Wilson will be called for a foul. That'll be his third. Salem's lead is 15. It's their second team foul. Jacobson will inbound it. And the flip out, tipped there, and stolen by Brian Marlin. Marlin into the offensive zone. He's getting pummeled in the corner. He's double teamed. Gets it back to Dotson. Now to Hayden Wilson. All the way down. He lays it up and in. A nice steal by Marlin, but boy, he got double teamed, hacked that, smacked that, no fouls called. He just finally was able to get it down. And now a blocking foul called on Wilson as Jacobson Led in with the shoulder, but they didn't call it on him. Could have easily been a charge. So Hayden Wilson, who's been kind of assigned the task of watching Jacobson, has done a great job, but he's going to have to check out with 4 fouls. But Dawson Conway will check in. That very easily could have been called a charge. Jacobson led with the shoulder. Here's Peppers for a 3. Off the rim, no good. And Logan Chilton brings down the rebound. He is fouled from behind by Riker Walton. That'll be his 4th. He'll check out. Reed will come back in. So the fouls, after I said earlier, the whistle's been put away. I was sadly mistaken. They came back to life. Dotson brings it down to Dawson for the Salem Tigers. Reese Dotson puts up a 3. It's too short. Gets his own rebound, though. Kicks it down, intended for Morrison, and almost hit him in the face with it. He wasn't expecting that. Salem Tigers trying to get away from the Trojans. They can't do it. And from the corner, hitting a 3 is Austin Wilson. And we got I think we had a double foul. Oh. It was a 3. Take my word for it. Anyway, we found that out. It wasn't a foul. It was just clarifying 2 or 3. Now here's Marlin. Outside it goes to Dotson. Dotson guarded there tightly. Goes underneath to Morrison. He lays it in. Lucas Morrison makes it a 52-36 lead for the Salem Tigers with 1:23 to go, third quarter. Jacobson kicks it outside. Waiting for it there was Wilson. Keep it on the perimeter. Outside again, Jacobson trying to take it inside. Does. Baby hook shot. It's good. Count the bucket and the foul. Jacobson still noticeably limping on that right leg. Logan Chilton gets the foul. Jacobson will go to the line. He is 3 for 4. He's about the only person to shoot a free throw here tonight, and he makes that one. Just the 5th free throw made out of 13 attempts by the Trojans. And he's made 4 of them. Dotson over to Conway. Down low to Logan Chilton. Jump shot from the corner. It's good. Logan Chilton with the basket. With 53 seconds to go in this, the third quarter. Jacobson getting it to Reed. Reed goes down. Baby hook shot. It goes down. Count the bucket and the foul. As Bryce Reed scores, and then a foul called, I believe, on Lucas Morrison. And that'll be his second. Lots of fouls in this game. 44.8 seconds left. Salem will be in a bonus on the next Potosi foul. And Salem still has 1 foul to give before Potosi goes into bonus. Old-fashioned three-point play attempt is short, no good. Taken down by Carter Chilton. Carter Chilton had a very good rebounding game for the Salem Tigers. Here's Dotson. Dotson right down the middle of the floor, out to Carter. Carter Chilton on the baseline. Inside to Jordan Schultz. Schultz turns, spins. He is double-teamed, and he'll be fouled there. Either by Reed or, I believe, by number 23, Anthony Smith. Smith just checked in the game. Jordan Schultz will try and shoot 2. He's 1 for 3 tonight from the stripe, and the first one's way too short. And with a 13-point lead, we're in the third quarter with 27 seconds left. 54-41. That free throw is good. Jordan 2 of 5 from the stripe tonight. Down the other way with the ball is Wilson. Wilson trying to draw the Tigers to him. Gets it down low to Reed. Reed outside to Peppers. Out on top, Wilson. A long 2, and it's offline. No good. Brought down, though, by Reed. He puts it back up. No good. One more time at it, and it's no good. Ball still loose, put back up, and finally in by Anthony Smith. That took 3 efforts by Reed and 2 by Smith. Finally, they got it to go down, and that brings the third quarter to an end. With the score, Salem Tigers 55 and Potosi 43. We'll come back in a minute. This is Tiger Basketball KSMO Radio. You're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
Open a checking account today and get a free gift and refer your family and friends and receive another appreciation gift free from Progressive Ozark Bank. Just open a checking account today. Progressive Ozark Bank makes switching banks easy with 3 great checking accounts to choose from. You'll also receive a new debit card the same day you open your account, issued instantly with no waiting. Plus, enjoy free internet banking, free mobile deposit, and free bill pay, and enroll in e-statements and even get cash back. So stop in today at Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured and equal housing lender. There's a new way to buy or lease your next Chevy, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Just go online and shop, click, and drive, where you can create your own deal, hassle-free and worry-free. You'll go through a variety of windows that include local offers available, if you're trading in a vehicle or not, your estimated finance costs, and more. Just go online at fairgroundgm.com and find out more about shop, click, and drive. Fairground Auto Plaza, where Chevy finds new roads.
And we are back for the fourth quarter here at the Sullivan High School gym. This is the FCNB Banquet Championship in the losers bracket. Final game of the night. The Tigers right now, Salem have a 12-point lead as Dotson for Salem has the ball. Goes over to Carter Chilton. Back to Dotson. Back to Carter. Inside, intended for Jordan Schultz. Ball loose on the floor, stolen away by Potosi. Here they come the other way as Peppers lays it up and in. After the Tigers cough the ball up in the offensive zone. For Salem, just their 4th turnover this second half. Now they get in trouble watching those soft passes. Now Conway, that ball stolen away by Peppers, and then a foul ensues. What I'm talking about, that's what happens. A little too complacent with that lead, and next thing you know, they're coughing the ball up. Marley gets his 2nd foul there after the bad pass by Conway, stolen away by Peppers. It's a 10-point Salem lead with a lot of time left to go here in the game. For the ball, Smith now to Jacobson. Jacobson all the way down, flips it up. It will not go. He's called for a walk. Jacobson tried to go around everybody and get called for the travel call. Minute into this, the 4th quarter. Carter Chilton into Dotson. Picked up there by Wilson. Man-to-man coverage. Dotson back on top to Conway. Guarded by Jacobson. Conway looking for some help. Puts it now to Hayden Wilson, who's back in the game with 4 fouls. Giving it down low to Jordan Schultz. Schultz, a 10-footer. Offline, no good. Carter Chilton with a rebound. He scores. Carter now has 8. A quick pass down low to Reed, and Reed is fouled there by Schultz, and he'll go to the line. Jordan will pick up his 3rd foul. And Reed, who's 0 for 1 from the stripe, will shoot 2. Both teams are in the bonus. And Reed's first free throw on its way is short. Five of 15 on the night, and this one makes it 5 of 16 as Reed misses that one as well. Chilton brings it down. Down past low off the foot of Conway, tied up. Possession arrow ball will favor Potosi. Another turnover by the Salem Tigers, who played really good basketball in that 3rd quarter. Not trying to force passes. All of a sudden, they're trying to thread the needle instead of just making a safe pass with a 12-point lead. And they've turned the ball over quite a few times here already. Late in the 3rd quarter, now here in the 4th. Here's Jacobson leading in, trying to get the shot off. A foul called on Salem. Like he walked to the ball again as he did a whole pirouette charge and then stepped. Dawson Conway gets the foul, and going to the line will be Jacobson. He's about the dimension before. The one that can hit the free throws, and he just hit another. He's 5 of 6. Everybody else is 1 of 13. Makes them both. Back to a 10-point Salem Tiger lead. Carter Chilton with it. As again, some forecourt pressure by the Trojans as Dotson brings it down. Giving it back to Conway. Conway back to Dawson. Say back to Dotson. Dawson. Dotson losing it, trying to flip it over to Jordan. Schultz does. He gives it back to Conway. It goes back court. Another turnover by the Salem Tigers. Dawson did not know where he was on the floor, and when he took the pass, and Coach Conrad Prue will burn a timeout. With the score, the Salem Tigers 57, Potosi Trojans 47. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO, and you're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
Napa Auto Supply in Salem has the biggest holiday sale ever. Right now, you can get a Bluetooth portable wireless speaker for $29.99, a single aluminum folding ramp for $59.99 a ramp, and a 10-piece garage in a box for $69.99, and a 4-piece multi-tool set for only $18.99 a set. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store at 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Potosi will inbound the ball after the turnover, and they get it to Wilson. They're down by 10. And they get on top to Walton, who's back in the game with 4 fouls, to Jacobson. Jacobson spins right side, goes off the fingertips of Wilson, but he retrieves the ball. Now on top to Peppers. Malachi Peppers to Reed. Reed down low to Walton. Walton trying to get it to Jacobson. Does over top of Conway. Jacobson guarded there by Schultz. Flips the right side to Walton. Back to Jacobson. Jacobson. He'll shoot from anywhere. Takes it to the hole and lays it in. Ball is rolled around the rim, but he lays it in. Tiger defense broke down. And it's an 8-point Salem Tiger lead. Here's Reese Dotson all the way down. He lays it up and misses the shot. And Wilson can't control the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Reese Dotson with a great move and missed the layup. Salem drops back in a half-court defense as Morrison comes back in for Schultz. 4:58 to go. Fourth quarter. Tiger lead down to 8 as Wilson moves around the perimeter to Peppers. Peppers out to Jacobson. Wants that three-pointer. It's offline, no good. But a putback up and in by Walton makes it a 6-point ball game. The Tigers weren't there. They'll make a lot of mistakes here in this fourth quarter. Here's Dotson giving it off to Logan Chilton. To the paint, to the hole, lays it up, and it will not go. Comes out to Wilson. Wilson outside to Carter Chilton for a 3. It's offline, no good. And back the other way. Here comes the Trojans. Here's Wilson. Going to get down low, and a foul's going to be called on Chilton as Jacobson took it to the hole. Carter now has 4. Salem has missed a couple of grand opportunities to increase their lead. And now Jacobson at the line will shoot 2 more. And the Trojans are starting to take this game away from the Salem Tigers. He hits the free throw. When Jacobson's out, this Potosi team doesn't offer much. He's in there. He's a force. And he hits them both. And the Tiger lead has been reduced to 4. And another timeout called, this time by the Trojans, with 4:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. With the score, the Salem Tigers 57, Potosi Trojans 53. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Radio. You're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
At the Bank of Salem, keeping your account safe and secure is our highest priority. We're adding text fraud alerts as part of our debit card protection program. If Shazam, our debit card processor, suspects fraudulent activity on your debit card, you may be alerted via text message or phone call. Ask a Bank of Salem employee today. Remember, we will never request card or account information via text, phone, or email. The Bank of Salem, putting our customers first since 1883. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
4:18 to go, fourth quarter. Salem and Potosi battling it out here in the FCNB Bank Championship. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the game. The seesaw battle. Potosi got out to a big lead. Tigers fought back, took over the game in the second quarter when Jacobson went out with foul trouble. Tigers opened up 11-point lead in this game, but Trojans have battled back and trail only by 4 now, as the Tigers have only got 2 points in this fourth quarter. And now a bad pass by Wilson. And now they're going to call it Potosi ball and yet another Salem Tiger turnover. That is their 8th now this second half, and 6 of them have come here in the fourth quarter. Here's Walton with it. Walton to Jacobson for a 3, and it's good, and a foul on Logan Chilton, and he could tie it here. A 4-point play possible as Logan Chilton fouls Jacobson after he hit the 3, and he may tie it up right here with this free throw. And he does not, as the ball's missed, tipped in the air, and still loose, brought down by Jacobson. Jacobson has that rebound, takes it to the hole, kicks it down low. Foul called on the Salem Tigers. Hayden Wilson's fouling out of the game. And Jacobson will go to the line. He'll try and tie it or give Potosi the lead again. Salem had a 12-point lead. It was their biggest lead of this game. But they went away from what was working. Tried to make some cute plays and started to turn the ball over, and in doing so, have created a problem with too many turnovers. .347 on the clock. Jacobson with another free throw, and he makes it, and the Trojans have come back to take a 1-point lead. Here's Dotson, the Salem Tigers. They got to get their offense going again. They've got only 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Dotson out to Carter Chilton. Chilton on the baseline as it's stripped away, but a foul called on Caleb Kaufman. That'll be his 4th. 3:35 remains, fourth quarter. Carter Chilton with 8 points. He'll be shooting that free throw. He misses the first. Chilton will come in for Morrison, and Reed comes in. He'll come in for Kaufman. Carter Chilton trying to tie it up here, and he does not. He missed the shot, but Logan Chilton brings it down, trying to get it back, flips it back on top to Dotson. Dotson to the paint, lost the ball out of bounds. It's off of Potosi, but stays with the Salem Tigers. Dotson got spun around, the ball stripped out of his hand by Potosi. Salem will have the inbound, trailing by 1. Chilton puts it out high for Dotson. Dotson on their center court, pass to Logan Chilton, and he banks it off of Potosi out of bounds. Potosi staying in man-to-man coverage. Inbound comes to Carter Chilton. Inside Jordan Schultz, turns, spins, and is fouled there by Reed. Reed will pick up his second foul. Schultz is 2 for 5 in this game. And Salem trailing by 1, ties it up. Jordan could give Salem the lead. Still 3:13 to go. A lot of time here in the fourth quarter. He made them both. Working it down is Wilson for the purple-clad Trojans. Go to Jacobson on the outside. Jacobson is going to be fouled there by Dawson Conway. Jacobson back to the stripe. Free throw's good. We're tied again. He has 29 points in this game. Set out a whole quarter. Made them both. Inbound pass to Dotson. Hayden Wilson was shadowing Jacobson. Dotson comes down with a three, misses off the sideline. Brought down by Schultz off the glass and in. Good follow-up by Jordan Schultz. Salem back up by one. Jacobson looking for a pick. Stops beyond three. Getting it out to Reed. Down low to Walton. The shot is up and no good. And brought down and controlled by Walton. This next shot blocked there by Jordan Schultz. Here's Dotson the other way. Dotson all the way down. His shot was blocked. Comes loose and is taken there by Carter Chilton. Now to Schultz, and a timeout called by Prue when Salem had the ball. So Tigers retain possession after the nice follow-up by Schultz to give Salem the lead. They lead at 61-60 with 2:26 to go. And we'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Radio. You're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
Country Mart in Salem is your party central, where they have a great assortment of fresh fruit baskets, or if you're needing a meat and cheese tray, party sandwich tray, fresh fruit tray, or cheese trays, they have them available too. They also have an assortment of Christmas trees, beautiful red and assorted color poinsettias, stocking stuffers, and assorted fresh Chase candy. So stop by today and let Country Mart in Salem help you with those upcoming parties. Merry Christmas from Country Mart in Salem.
61-60 our score. Salem will have the ball in front of their bench. 2:26 remains. Winner of this game will play Consolation Championship game Friday at 5 against St. James. They beat St. Clair earlier 63-52. 2:26 is on the clock. Logan Chilton to Dotson. He lost the ball out of bounds. Dotson was all alone. Instead of making sure he had the ball, he tried to get it and go up with the basket all at the same time and lost the ball out of bounds. Another turnover by Salem, their 9th of this second half. Now here's Jacobson for a three. He splashes it home. How big a mess up was that when you have that turnover? And now it's a 2-point lead by Potosi instead of a 3-point lead by Salem. Pass instead for Logan Chilton, stolen away by Jacobson. Jacobson the other way. Jacobson beyond three. Stops, kicks it right side. Wilson there, trying to get it down low. Does to Kaufman. Kaufman's shot is up and good. His first basket in about 6 minutes. And now it's a 4-point Potosi lead. Here comes Reese Dotson inside to Schultz. Outside to Conway for a three. It's way too short. And an air ball belongs to Potosi. Minute and a half to go. Salem going back in the half-court defense. You're going to have to pressure the Trojans now. You need 2 baskets. A timeout called by the Trojans with a minute 24 to go. And the Tigers now trail it by 4, 65-61. Let's keep it here and tell you how this game went. Salem Tigers got off to a slow start as the Trojans came out flying. Had a 12-6 lead early in the first quarter. Finished the first quarter with an 18-13 lead. The Tigers came back with a 14-3 run in that second quarter and took a 27-21 lead after the first half. Tigers extended that lead to 12 points in the third quarter as they outscored Potosi 28-27 in a wild third quarter. But in here in this fourth quarter, it's been the Noah Jacobson show. He right now has 33 points, and he has 16 of those here in this fourth quarter. He has given the Trojans a 4-point lead, and the Trojans have the ball in front of their bench. So a minute 24 on the clock. Peppers gets it in to Jacobson. Jacobson over the timeline. Looking beyond three, trying to take it inside, walked with the ball, and they did not call that. They called a foul instead. He took a double step, and they did not call it. And Dawson Conway called for the foul. That was not only extremely obvious, it was painfully obvious. Free throw's good. Now Jordan Schultz comes in for Logan Chilton. 1:14 on the clock. Made them both. That's now a 6-point lead. 2 possessions for the Tigers. They got to hit threes. Here's Dawson. Reese Dodson outside to Marlin. Inside it goes to Jordan Schultz, and he lays it in. It's a good play by the Salem Tigers. And with 1:02 to go, a timeout called. I'm not sure who called a timeout. I thought Conrad Prue called a timeout. Somebody called a timeout. That's all we know. It pointed at first to Potosi, then to Salem. But we're going to take a 30-second break nonetheless. 67-63, Potosi on top. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO. You're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the Missouri way of life. We're for worrying less about the what-ifs and more about the why-nots. We're for checking off your bucket list and then making a new one. For starting a family, a business, a tradition. And if you find yourself starting over, we're here for that too. We're for building a life in Missouri and then going out and living it. And when it comes to making sure everything you've built is protected, we're for you.
I'm Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're in Dayton County, I've got you covered.
1:02 to go. Salem Tigers will need to try and get this ball back. They trail it by 4. Potosi will inbound it. They put full court pressure on as to get into Jacobson. Jacobson trying to get away from Marlin does. It's over the timeline. Jacobson holding on to the ball. Salem's going to have to foul somebody pretty soon. They should have been fouling somebody else besides Jacobson, who's wide open on the right side. Underneath and laying it up and in is Caleb Coffin. 6-point lead. Now Logan Chilton underneath the basket. Lays it in. So Salem answers right away, but they've got to foul somebody to keep fouling Jacobson. Salem had a very bad strategy there when they gave the ball off to Riker Walton, who couldn't hit the side of a barn with a free throw earlier. Had a chance to foul him and did not. So they fouled Jacobson instead, and he's been hot as a firecracker from the free throw line. Been a 4-point Trojan lead. He makes this one. Sometimes you have to wonder, on the floor, you got to know who can and who can't shoot free throws. They give the wrong guy the ball, you need to foul him. They didn't do it. Hits them both. It's a 6-point Trojan lead. Tigers get it down to Marlin underneath. He lays it in. Then Tigers try and go for the steal right away, and they tie up Peppers and foul him. And it's going to be Conley getting that foul. That'll be his 4th. 25 seconds to go. Trojans are in a double bonus, as are the Tigers. So it's a guaranteed 2 shots here. So Peppers will shoot the free throws. He's 0 for 2. Makes that one, though. And he has another one, and he hits them both. 25 seconds left. Get them down by 6. Come back the other way. Quickly down low to Jordan Schultz. His shot partially blocked and pulled down there by Coffin. And the Trojans are going to go on to win this one, as the Tigers will have to foul again with 11.8 seconds left, trailing it by 6. Carter Chilton will foul out of the game on that one. Malachi Peppers to the line. So Lucas Morrison will come back in the game. So Coach Prue just got hit with a technical. He got warned to get off the floor. I think he's still kind of hollering about that missed travel call. But at this stage, it doesn't make any difference. Free throw is good by Peppers. 11.8 seconds left. And he hit them both. Well, the Trojans, who couldn't hit a free throw in the first half, for 2 3/4, only 5 of 14 have gone on a spree here. And Jacobson hits that one. He has one more coming, and he hits that one as well. 14 of 15, Jacobson is from the stripe in this fourth quarter. The inbound comes to Jacobson, 10 seconds left. Jacobson backs up, letting the clock run out. Puts it all the way across the floor. Waiting for it there is Wilson. And the Salem Tigers, after having a 12-point lead, lose it to the Potosi Trojans by a final score of 77-67. We will come back in 2 minutes to wrap it up here from Sullivan, Missouri. 77-67 Trojans. Back in 2 minutes. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Radio. You're watching it on Fidelity Local 6.
Would it make your life easier to have access to a live teller Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.? I'm sure you answered yes. Riverways Federal Credit Union is here to help you simplify with their all-new ITM. Just drive straight up to the machine in the drive-through lane that looks like an ATM. Press the screen and voila! You'll be talking straight to the local teller. It's that easy. Available 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just another way that Riverways Federal Credit Union is positively different.
Did you know that almost 60% of women in Dent County have never had a mammogram? That needs to change, and your friends at the Salem Memorial District Hospital are determined to change that with their new 3D mammography machine. And don't let finances be a concern. The hospital can offer you financial assistance to help pay for your mammogram. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 729-6626 and ask for me, Julie Malone. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
At K&H Auto Supply, get a Titan 25-piece hex key set for $6.99. Rain-X windshield washer fluid, 2 for $7. Johnson starting fluid, 2 for $6. And assorted cleaning chemicals, 2 for $6. Stop by K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Well, we are back here at Sullivan as the Salem Tigers lose it 77-67, and they fall to 0-3 on the year, and a really hard loss this time. The Tigers really played a really good 3 quarters in this game, but the fourth quarter they kind of let down and committed some silly mistakes, and that cost them in the long run in this game. So here at the FCNB Bankit Championship, Salem will play in the losers bracket final game against St. Clair. That'll be tomorrow at 4:30. That'll be right here on KSMO Radio. I'm not sure on the Fidelity side what we're doing yet, but it'll be on the radio side as they really had a heartbreaking loss here tonight. Led by Noah Jacobson, who was actually injured for part of the third quarter. He finished with 39 points in this game. 22 of those coming in the fourth quarter. And of that, 14 of those came from the free throw line. The Tigers committing way too many mistakes, making way too many fouls, and not taking advantage of when they had the ball. They didn't score but 2 points for the first 6 minutes. I think that 5 minutes of that fourth quarter. And then finally, when they finally got the engines going, it was a little too late, as the Trojans had come back for a 12-point deficit and had taken the lead. It seesawed for a while, but then Jacobson, with his free throw shooting, put them over the edge, and they win it by a 77-67 score. Leading scorer, obviously, Noah Jacobson, 39 points, 12 for Riker Walton, and 10 for Caleb Kaufman. They led the way for Potosi, while Salem Tigers had a very balanced scoring attack. 16 for Jordan Schultz, 10 points for Logan Chilton, 9 for Lucas Morrison, 8 for Carter Chilton, 7 for Hayden Wilson, 7 for Reese Dotson, 7 for Brian Marlin, and then 3 points for Dawson Conway in the contest. Salem only 6 of 15 for the stripe in the game, 23 of 35 for the Trojans in the game. They were 5 of 14 through 3 quarters. When Jacobson got to the free throw line, he made a total of 14 of 15 in that fourth quarter, and that really kicked their percentage up. Salem with 17 turnovers in the game. Potosi finished with only 12. Salem Tigers had 7 steals. Potosi finished with 13 in the contest. And a couple of Tigers fouled out of this game. Carter Chilton and Hayden Wilson both fouled out in the fourth quarter. So Salem falls to 0-3. Potosi will take on St. James Friday at 5 in the consolation championship game. And the Tigers will face St. Clair tomorrow 4:30. And the final game of the tournament, which is for the 7th place designation, and that will be here at the Sullivan High School gym. And that's going to wrap it up here from Sullivan, Missouri. The Salem Tigers lose it by a score of 77-67 to Potosi. And thanks goes out to Hannah back at the station. Devin and it's to Natalie over here on the Fidelity side. We thank all of you for joining us here on Fidelity Local 6 and on KSMO Radio. Have yourselves a great evening, and we'll have more basketball from the FCNB, Bank Championship again here shortly, so please keep it tuned. And good night from Sullivan, Missouri.
You have been listening to Salem Tiger Basketball on KSMO Radio and online at KSMORadio.com. Tiger Basketball has been brought to you as a courtesy of your community health center, K&H Auto Supply, Town and Country Bank, the Salem Memorial District Hospital, Country Mart, Farm Bureau Insurance, the Bank of Salem, Napa Auto Parts, Fairground Auto Plaza, Progressive Ozark Bank, Southwest Baptist University of Salem, Town and Country Insurance, the Common Grounds Bistro, Larson Collision Center, Commissioner Dennis Purcell and family, the City of Salem, Tax Masters, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Duncan Family, and Your World Today. Don't forget to join us next time for Tiger Basketball on KSMO.